Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is Tirra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, your sister friend. And y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. How are y'all doing? Welcome to our midweek mini retreat. Y'all know I love bringing the good vibes, the good feels, the wisdom, the inspiration. I was born to do this at such a time as this. So happy to be here and to share a little bit of mindfulness. I, was sitting here thinking, what is it that I really need to share with the sisters today? And so I want to talk a little bit about self-compassion, self-acceptance. We struggle, a lot of us, with one of the things that my teacher was saying is we are suffering because of our own selves. We are suffering because of our self-criticism. And it's something that we can move past. We can just stop being self-critical. We can be compassionate. We can give ourselves a chance. We can have some self-acceptance. So, hey, Peg, how are you, Queen? The Queen Sharmika, beautiful rising to you. Greetings to you all. Thank y'all for being here. Oh, I'm going to bring this up again, too, just because. Let me tell y'all something. If you ever have a business, you cannot be afraid to let people know what you're offering. First of all, what you have to offer is good. And outside of what you having to offer being good and helpful, if you don't talk about it, nobody will know about it, y'all. So I hope that y'all always grant me grace, because I know a lot of times in this culture, we feel like, oh, I don't want to be, a part of this, the system of capitalism. And yeah, I get that. But yeah, when you're a business person, you have to talk about your stuff. So here's my stuff. Hey, I love these retreats that I've been doing, New Moon mini retreats. They're extremely affordable. When you catch these videos this month by May 16th, you can get this at $10 off, which, is just such an amazing deal, because you always get at least 2 hours with me where I am taking you through a process. I'm not just talking at you, but definitely sharing wisdom and meditations and just doing what it takes to get ourselves softened down, first of all, because month after month after month, we're collecting stuff, we're picking stuff up. Hey, we need to find ways to release and let this go. So that's there. The sisters, we are there together. I love that. We're in community. You're with people who won't be thinking you're crazy or you're weird. No, honey, we are dancing out with the moon. And maybe one day we'll do it live together and not have on any clothes. Like the women of ancient times did. They were free, they were wild. And so this is a part of us reclaiming these traditions. Like this society, it would love for you to stay broke down, to never be able to renew, and then have to go spend all your money because you feel like you need to fix yourself. Well, when we do things like retreating to reset at the new moon, oh my goodness. So this is for the new moon in Gemini. I think it's important for us to focus on this time because we have had so much going on in that Gemini house. And so our lives have gone in a new direction when it comes to Gemini. And so this new moon is going to help you to be able to solidify that direction, because it was probably a direction that you were asked to go in that did not necessarily feel comfortable. You know why? Because it's new. And so, yeah, I hope that you all will join me. If you look in the link of this video, you will see where you can get this at a $10 discount, like $44, and you get a hypnosis track that you get to use forever, and a special mindfulness meditation that will help to support you. So yeah, I hope that y'all check it out at the very least. Go click over and look and see what it's about. And I hope that you all join me. Hello, Queens. Hello. Let me see who else is here. Working on my business has been eye-opening. Ready for this divine message from Spirit. I'm ready to share it. I'm ready to share it, Queen. Yeah, Sharmika, if you ever have questions, I'm a low-key, I low-key want to be a business coach. I'm not quite ready. I'm still working on mine, but I've been doing this for 3 years and 3.5 years at this point. So I got a little bit of wisdom I can share with you all. If y'all want me to bring some business building videos, especially for people who are creatives, who are spiritual, even if you don't have a spiritual business, using spirituality to run your business, I got you. Hey, Paula, good morning. I miss you, Queen. Come on and find me over here. Just you do your best to, get the notifications. I went live all of April. So come on, sister. How are you? I hope that you're doing great. Good morning, Queen Cindy. Hi, Latasha. Hi, good morning, Queen. All right, Cindy, you ready to receive? Let's do this. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna have to do is to I want y'all to tell me if this sounds what is the sound like on this, okay? Mm-mm. Is it at the right volume? It should sound like wata. Okay, let me do it like this first. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Okay. How does that sound to you all? Let us start know. Oh, my computer screen is acting weird. Let's go on ahead and get this going. Okay. Yes. I will share and let me know any questions that you have, Sharmika. You know how to email me, you know where to find me, and I can come on and make videos specifically about business. Okay. Thank you, Peg. Yeah, the volume on, I think it's about right here. That's good. The volume on here is different from the volume on Zoom. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. And I like having a little bit of sound. I don't all the time need music. Yeah, let me know if y'all can hear it now. And is it at a decent volume? Um, but for some reason, sometimes when I do mindfulness, it's good to have music. Well, not music. I just like a little bit of sound because it distracts the conscious mind. So, okay, perfect. Anyone else? Let me know. I know Cindy, sometimes this is too loud. Let me know if it sounds okay to you. Okay, so yes. Let's go on ahead and start out with our mindfulness practice. And then what I'm going to do is end with just a little bit of hypnotic suggestion on acceptance. And y'all will get to get a little bit of a taste of what it's like to do hypnosis. The main thing that I think is important, mindfulness. Okay, good. Thank you, Shamika. Mindfulness is important about being present, non-judgmental, and being kind. And our focus today actually is on having self-compassion. Okay. Um and so yes, that is the objective. And just being in the moment and being with yourself. And I will guide you through that. Okay. And then once we switch over to the hypnotic suggestion, then that's more about relaxing. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. So if you would just go on ahead and begin to get yourself all comfortable. And I just want to share a few thoughts with you all as you get comfortable. So I want you to know that self-judgment and self-criticism can be very ingrained thought patterns, so much so that we don't fully realize they are present. We have a lot of conditioning that negatively impacts the ways that we think about ourselves. And I hope that you can begin to recognize that you perhaps do have a critical voice inside of you that may be unchecked, and how unkind this voice is to you, which is you being unkind to yourself. No judgment, remember? So much like improving our physical health, it's important to first be aware of the ways in which we are suffering as a result of self judgment. And guess what? It's also important to not start judging ourselves for to not start judging ourselves for judging ourselves. And to just remember we have all been doing our best. And that self-compassion is a skill that must be practiced like any other skill. Okay, good. And so this meditation is to support us in identifying our self-judgment and then bringing self-compassion to meet it. And so just allow your eyes to do whatever they need to do for you to have the most awareness without being distracted by your surroundings. So you may close your eyes, you may drop your gaze, you may focus your eyes on something in front of you. And now tune into your breathing. This is to help you come into contact with how your body is feeling now and with the present moment. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling through your mouth, just knowing that breath anchors us to the present because it is only ever happening now, not in the future, not in the past. So just tuning in and noticing, where or what are you feeling in your breath? Is it more in your chest area or your throat, around your nostrils? And if your breathing feels a little shallow, what does it feel like to allow yourself to deepen your breath, breathing right into the bottom of your lungs? And just explore this gently, without force or expectation. And are there any sensations or emotions that arise by doing this, by deepening your breath, by feeling your breath? And if so, just take note of them, knowing there's nothing to change or fix. All our sensations, emotions, and experience are welcome in this practice. And if it feels good, allow your breath to deepen even further right into your belly. And just notice how your body responds to this. Notice if anything is coming into your consciousness that wasn't there before. And if anything is coming up, just observe it. Notice them as thoughts and allow them to dissolve. As you allow your body to be still and rest, you might note that certain ideas or concepts are floating to the surface. You might notice messaging like, I don't know how to do this right, or I can't stop thinking about whatever, fill in the blank, work, family, health. You might also notice emotions arising, which is normal, very normal. When we slow down and are still, we create space for things to arise. It's like we're taking our feelings off mute and now we can hear them. And conversely, you might feel nothing at all, which is equally normal. Many of us, once we start paying attention to what's happening in our minds and hearts, experience a sort of numbness. A teacher once told me, feeling nothing is feeling something. So if you feel nothing, just allow yourself to have that experience too. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, see if you can just watch it and note whether there are any voices of self blame, self shame, or self criticism coming up. Are you telling yourself you should be feeling differently? Are you perhaps resisting this experience or something else, telling yourself it shouldn't be? Is there anxiety about the future, regret about the past, a sense that this is a waste of time and you should be getting things done? Whatever the critical voice is saying for now, you're just letting it speak. You're just tuning into the radio of your mind. And just know if at any point this becomes too difficult, ground back into your breath or notice your connection with the earth beneath you. Just do whatever you need to do to care for yourself. And once you're aware of what messaging you're receiving from your brain just sink back into your body. Notice if there are any physical experiences, sensations that might be coming up right now. You might notice a tightness in your shoulders, a holding in your stomach, a fluttering in your throat, a sense of numbness throughout, or something totally different. Just remember, whatever you're experiencing, just witness it. If our thoughts are like the part of the iceberg we can see above the water, our emotions are the much larger part beneath the surface. Often we first have to witness the thought before understanding that there is a larger emotion beneath the surface holding that thought. Feelings that come up around self criticism can be anything from anxiety to varying levels of grief, fear, anger. See if you can notice and label what emotions are swirling around in your heart, your throat area, your stomach. And can you recognize that any sensation attached to self judgment is, in fact, suffering? That you are having a hard time with something. It's important to remember that struggling and suffering are part of the human experience. They are part of being a person who is alive. We can begin to think to ourselves, okay, I'm experiencing this, and just be present to it. It's not a problem, it just is. See if you can try just in this practice to let go of the thought that is above the surface and sink into your body. And offer compassion towards the emotions or feelings you're having. Maybe you want to place your hand over your heart or stomach, maybe even around your collarbone area, and then placing your other hand on top of the first. And just experience the warmth and the sensation of care and compassion that come with touch. You are your first healer. And you can allow your breath to deepen again, breathing into that sense of care and concern. Can you say to that emotion, to this experience, it's okay. It's okay. Can you allow it to be in your body while offering it some kindness? You can also deliver the message to your whole being. It's okay. It's not your fault. You're doing your best. I'm here for you. Whatever feels right, whatever you might say to an upset child or a pet, see what it feels like to say that to yourself, to the parts of you that are suffering. It's okay. It's not your fault. Excuse me. You're doing your best. I'm here for you. You can also try placing a hand on your cheek or your arm, gently stroking with care anywhere that feels right. We're all trying our best in this life. And while thinking critical thoughts about ourselves or our actions can seem like a motivating thing to do or a way to prevent us from getting hurt, being critical and judgmental of ourselves actually causes more suffering. And paying attention to how we talk to ourselves can be a key in unlocking our patterns of thinking. And then showing care and concern for the parts of us that are struggling can help us to positively transform the relationship we have with ourselves. I always teach people your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship. There's no other relationship that is more important than you with yourself. And the more often we practice this, the sooner we are able to recognize self critical thoughts. Upon this recognition, we can remind ourselves that we are perfectly imperfect humans doing our best, and that no matter what, we are worthy of love, acceptance, and encouragement. I'm just going to let the music end or the sound end and just keep going. So just take a few more loving breaths into and out of your body. And reconnect with the surface beneath you. And thank yourself for taking care of yourself. And just receive these affirmations. And remember, when we receive suggestions, it's best to just be relaxed. And it's the same energy as the goddess Gemini, to put yourself in a place of receptivity. You accept yourself, imperfections, and all. And you know that you are perfectly imperfect, but you accept yourself unconditionally. You know that practicing acceptance will soften any blow when it comes to making mistakes. And mistakes will happen, but you know that you are perfectly imperfect. So it's all good. You accept where you have been, that at times it's time to learn new ways, and that all past experiences, they can either be your wound or they can be your resource. So no matter where you've been, no matter what has happened in your life, you receive that those experiences are now a lesson, a resource. You accept where you are at this time in your life, knowing that there will be times when change will come, that you are a work in progress, but acceptance of what is now opens the way for you to make the powerful shifts and changes in your life that you desire. You are growing and evolving forward in your life, and that's a good thing. I want you just to repeat this. I accept myself, imperfections, and all. And I give myself permission to just be. I am at peace, and happiness is here in the moment. I'm going to start the sound up again. My younger son is up, and I don't know if he's going to make some noise. I live one day at a time. Because life happens in the moment. The present is a gift, and I make the most of every moment. In this moment, I have enough, and in this moment, I am enough. I embrace this moment. I take the next step right in front of me. Each moment gives me another chance to make a new choice. I choose to live now. I choose happiness right now. And so I'll just say to you, you listen to the small, still voice within, for you know your intuition guides you. And you know intuition can be found in the silence and in self compassion, in self care. And so you make time for stillness so that you may listen to your inner guidance. You trust the wisdom that is inside of you as you listen to inner promptings. You are tapped in and tuned in to your inner goddess. And you're the type of person who trusts your instincts, for you know what's best for you. And you also check in with yourself regularly to find out what you are feeling and needing. And this is how you relieve your own self imposed suffering and open yourself up to more care and compassion, more love and acceptance and abundance of all things that are good. And so, if you would, just take a moment to be present, a few more moments. And when you're ready, take a big, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bringing yourself more into this now moment. Inhale, allowing today's retreat, today's session to integrate with your being. Another deep breath in. Inhale, stretching, becoming more and more present in your room. And one more big breath in. Exhale, opening your eyes. And that is your session for today. Man, I'm telling y'all, I needed this session. I feel better. I have so much tightness and stuff. So getting ready to go to my son's graduation, and yeah, I feel better too. So I hope that that was helpful. Let me know how you're doing for those who are here, or maybe you're watching in the replay. Let a sister know, how are you doing? It is amazing how much mindfulness makes you feel like you're on vacation in hypnosis. Good. Lovely. That's how I feel too, Shamika. Oh. Mm-mm. Let me see. Okay. Well, okay, let's see here. Thank you, Latasha. I'm so excited. Um, Let me see if I can bring this up. USCGA graduation 2022. Oh my gosh. I'll have to get a picture of my son to pull up, but I'm gonna show y'all just like the website. Mhm. Yeah, United States Coast Guard Academy. He's gonna have on a white suit like this, and he's dark chocolate too, baby. He's gonna be representing. I don't know if uh and I mean, this is a, a United States military. Oh, let me see here. I might be able to find him on here actually. Cadet Life, uh, Cadet Experience. He was on here at one point. I don't remember where it was though, to be honest. Oh, that's one of his friends right there. That's in his field. He's an electrical engineer. Um, yeah, I don't remember where he may have been on the admissions page. I'm just keeping it 100. You know, they gotta have they gotta have some chocolate people or women on there to let folks know. They're there too. It's not easy to see them some days, but they are there. I was hoping I could find a picture of him on here. But anywho, yeah, I'm excited for him. Yeah, they have a lot of women at this school too. So that's wonderful. I don't know where he was. It wasn't a blog, but anywho, maybe one day I'll find it. Hey, Mystic Storm, how are you? Sharmika, I'm feeling so much better. Imposter syndrome has been all in my energy. Yeah, imposter syndrome is something that I think it's to a certain degree a little bit normal for us to experience it. And so, to a certain degree, I think it's actually sort of a good sign when you experience it because it lets you know that you are moving in a new direction. I've heard a lot of people talk about imposter syndrome from different perspectives. And I'm just going to tell you my perspective on syndrome, which I'm not considering myself to be anyone who is an expert on it, but real simple. When you start doing something new, you will feel like an imposter. So, for instance, it's interesting that you brought that up, Shamika, because this morning when I got on, I was like, I'm starting to feel like a pro with this. There was a time when I wasn't doing mindfulness with you all. And then I was like, I've started taking mindfulness classes and doing mindfulness meditations. And I really find that it's helping me. And, sometimes I just co opt certain things that I know are safe to do because I'm a priestess. I'm like, I don't need anybody's permission to do anything. I'm a priestess. And so I just started doing mindfulness. And I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. And I am one who feels like it's always good to study with people. It helps me um, be sharper. And so, yeah, I've enrolled in a mindfulness course because I want to make sure that I understand this and bring you all the best experience possible. But even being enrolled in the mindfulness course and having been doing this now, it's getting close to 2 years that I've really been deep into mindfulness. I think it is 2 years. Um, I still, realize it's a lot to learn, but it's just the more I do it, the more I feel like, okay, I don't have to be an expert at it. I don't really actually have to be an expert at anything. The only thing that matters is that I actually do it. So, imposter syndrome, in a way, is a sign that you're doing something new. And we have to remember that our subconscious mind, the prime directive of the subconscious mind, and y'all see me stretching a little bit. Oh my gosh. The prime directive of the subconscious mind is to keep you alive. It will do whatever it has to do. That's why I tell people babies are programmed to survive. They are very wise. They have a lot of wisdom in them to help them to survive. And so this is all of us. We all have the subconscious mind doing its work. And so whenever you do something new, it's like being on a railroad track. This is what the subconscious mind, it loves doing the same thing over and over and over because what's familiar lets it know, okay, she's safe. And so when you do something new, the subconscious mind is like, whoa, this is new. This might be dangerous. So we need to keep her safe. And so it will start sending up warning bells. And what does it sound like? I'm an imposter. Like, this is new. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, do I deserve to be here? So some of it is your subconscious mind is doing what it needs to do in order to help you to feel safe. Okay. And then the last thing is there is the societal influence on us when it comes to um, what messages have you received about yourself? It could be messages that people have given directly to you as Sharmika, or it could be you have assumed some beliefs and messaging about you and like how you present, like, as a black woman or as a woman, or, like for me, I sort of used to feel some kind of way because I felt judged from being, for being from the South when I had more of a Southern accent. And whatever. It's like we start taking on this messaging. Some of it is conscious. We just like adopt it like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna grab that narrative and just take it and assume it. And some of it is it's subconscious. We just hear it. It's just said so much. We see it on in the media or whatever so much. We assume it. And so some of it is that it's these limiting beliefs that we have that are yeah, like you, like, why do you think that you can do whatever you want to do? No, that's only for this type of person, people who look like this, who come from here, who have this SES status or whatever, socioeconomic status. Who knows? And so imposter syndrome can come from that. And so one of the things that I have learned is like, and it's why I did the mindfulness practice that I did today. You got to lean into that. You've got to challenge it. And, if we began to look at imposter syndrome as, okay, wait a minute, and something in me doesn't feel safe. Well, what do I need to do to feel safe? What have I done in the past? Like, when I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I don't really know what I'm doing in this business. I don't know if I'm gonna make it." Well, what's the very next thing I can do? Instead of ruminating over that, I just started asking myself, "Forget that. I'm not gonna sit in here and wonder. I'm just gonna do it." There've been plenty of times, no matter what y'all think about me and how I present, there have been plenty of times that I have sat here and asked myself, I don't even know if what I'm saying matters. Do I sound like everybody else? Do I sound crazy? Like, am I going to be received? Am I going to be, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to go on and do my best. Action is one of the best antidotes when you feel like you're an imposter. Take action. It seems like it's safer to listen to that imposter, "Ooh, you're an imposter." And then, we got all this social media now. So many more people can have a say so in what you're doing. And, it might be some trolls out there that we're dealing with. Guess what? Folks gonna talk about you anyway. So you may as well just go for it. Because guess what? It's some people out there who want whatever it is that you feel like you're an imposter in. They could be one click behind you and they will look at you and say, "Thank you for sharing that, Sharmika. Thank you for sharing that." And in this day and age, it's so easy to see people. It looks like, like I might appear to you all as somebody who is highly successful. I'm just further down the path than you all are. There was a time when I had no idea what to really talk about. And I just started studying. I apprenticed with my teacher up until, let me see here, 2020. I was in charge of a lot of the initiations as an assistant from, let me see, I finished my initiation in 2006. I hit the pavement running. When my godmother was like, "Can y'all help with this initiation?" Yep, sure can. I just did it. And I just started learning. when I want to learn mindfulness, I just go sit under a teacher and practice with the teacher, listen, and then I go do it. And, I only look, and a lot of us only look super successful and so, you know, like amazing or whatever word you want to use, is only because we're doing it. Action creates clarity. And the more action you take, the less you're going to feel like an imposter. Because guess what? The imposter syndrome cannot um, stand in the face of um, you taking action, because action will create clarity. And so once I started coming on, it was like, okay, maybe I need to get a better microphone. I watch all my videos, maybe not all of them, but I watch a lot of my videos. And I look at like how was I sitting? How was the laptop, camera, and how was the tone of my voice? If I feel like I just can't get it together, I went out and found somebody. It was just spirit who brought me some people who helped me to learn how to, get my voice sounding a certain way, how to use the microphone, how to get my headset going so I can hear how I sound and not, don't have to always be like, oh, y'all let me know, is my microphone working? Which is fine. It is no judgment because I've done it. And trust me, if I don't have earphones, I will say that. That's another thing that action creates. I've just decided, like today when I came on, like I am constantly working on myself, Shamika, and anyone else out there who feels like you're experiencing imposter syndrome. The best antidote for imposter syndrome is just to be like, okay, well, what can I do next? I came on this morning and I was just like, what can I do to make sure that I'm showing up in the best way possible? I was like, "You know what? Imma show up authentically. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show up. I don't feel like I have to be perfect. I don't feel that I have to be perfect. I used to, and I do wanna come on and be, someone who's polished because I value that. I wanna come on and give you all a great experience, but that doesn't mean I have to sacrifice being authentic. Maybe some days I come on with lipstick, some days I don't. Maybe some days I come on, with something a little bit more dressy on. And some days it's just like, you know what? They're just going to be happy that I showed up and delivered. Um, but I wouldn't know any of this if I didn't just keep coming on here and hitting that button that says go live. Let's see here. I am so happy that this has helped you all. I love the fact, this is Peg, that creating intentional meditations to hold space for me to feel and release. Ashe. Oh, yes, mama. Thank y'all. I hope that your ankle's feeling better, Mystic Storm. I love this, and this meditation put my baby to sleep. Love having him near me to help plant seeds in the subconscious and the younger ones. That is so ingenious, Peg. Yes, more of that, Peg. I used to do the same thing now that I think about it. I would play The Secret all the time. That was, something that was on when my kids were little. They'd just be playing around the house, and I just have The Secret going. And interestingly, my older son just naturally started doing things like that. I never taught him visualization and stuff, but he does it. Imposter syndrome. Ah, yes, it felt heavier yesterday for me too. And, I'm glad y'all are bringing that up because, um, imposter syndrome is, let me see something. We're in the time between the eclipses. We're in the time between the eclipses. Let me see here. US. Yeah. I want to see if I can find him on. It's all kinds of pictures of these cadets. Um, but yeah, we're in the time between the eclipses, and so it is something that we will be feeling, especially. I'm going to show y'all these. Mm, we're gonna be feeling some kind of way right now, y'all. We're gonna be feeling some kind of way right now because We are in the midst of, like I mentioned the other day, it's the veil is thin, and it's like this energy of uncertainty that we are in the midst of. So eclipses typically come in twos. And so we had the first one April 30th, and now we have another one coming on May 16th. So in about 4 days. And it's really like a good thing that you notice, like, wait a minute, imposter syndrome is coming up. I'm so like, say thank you. Because when it comes up, it's coming up for you to do something about. Like, we don't want this imposter syndrome to be setting itself up as a bully. We want to see it and just be like, okay, what do you want? How can you feel more safe? So I just want y'all to remember those three things that I told you about. You're doing something new. You will feel like an imposter when you're doing something new. Or you could just tell yourself, I'm new. Of course, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. The imposter syndrome will be like, thank you. I just needed somebody to acknowledge. I feel a little bit nervous. That's what we talked about in our meditation today. Is these thoughts will come up, but what's underneath them, right? And then we can offer ourselves a new thought like, oh, underneath, I'm just scared because I'm doing something new. Okay, instead of thinking I'm an imposter, I just say, well, I'm new. That's it. That's it. And every time you just keep reinforcing it. I'm new. I'm new. I'm new. In mindfulness, we call it have a beginner's mindset. We don't see the little kids like, I'll never be able to ride this bike. Oh, heck to the no. I have seen little kids get on those bikes. They just keep falling off. There's no training wheels anymore. They are determined. Why are we not like that? Why did we lose that part of ourselves, right? Um, so yeah. Mm-mm. I told myself I'm calling in the version of myself that I envision. It's okay to shed old narratives, ways, and habits. And actually, shedding old narratives, ways, and habits, that's a part of living. That's that's what we do because all we do is take on stories. Like we're just one big story. We're just one big narrative. And when you want something new, you take the pen called your mind, your imagination, your inner ocean. You take the pen and you just write a new story. I just decided, y'all. I told my director at the nonprofit where I work, when I turn 50, you better find somebody else to do this. She would get so upset. And guess what? I didn't care. I did not care. Because I said, I don't want to keep teaching dance and fitness in my 50s. This is not how I want to make money. And I'm never going to actually get ahead. Teaching little classes here and there, it's not a lot of money for me in that. And it's because it wasn't my destiny. It was my destiny for a little while. Dance and fitness is always going to be a part of my life. And I will share it with people, but that's not what I'm going to lead with. And so when that pandemic hit, I said, you know what? I am now an online business owner. I'm a spiritual guide and I'm going to become a coach. And that's just what I decided. And that's what I do now. Now, do I still work at the nonprofit? Yes. Do I teach dance? No, because I told them I will teach mindfulness and I will be a social media person. But I'm not going to teach dance anymore. You know what? I just made a decision and started telling myself a new story. And initially, I was like, I don't even believe this story. This is what imposter syndrome, this is how it starts out. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can make it. Well, the only way I could see is it going to work is just start telling myself, this is what I do. And it wasn't even fake it till we make it. I was like, no, seriously. I'm convincing myself to the point where like what it just started showing up. This is how divine law is. You just start telling the universe, I this is what I do. And the old me would come back like, girl, you know how to make money teaching dance and fitness is way more acceptable in society. You could just go on ahead and go back. It would be so much easier than trying to figure out how do you run a business and what how am I a spiritual guy? Like I've been like in grad school, like the grad school of life, trying to figure all this out. And I just kept telling myself, I'm not going back. I'm only going forward. I have a new story that I'm telling myself, this is it. Have I been stressed and has it been easy? No, but it works. That I do know. It gets easier. And one day I remember waking up and I was just like, okay, like it literally, the new narrative of my life was like, I can't even imagine not doing what I'm doing right now. I have just made this decision. This is who and what I am. And the universe is conforming to it. And so it's just how it is. We're just one big narrative. You know, I've had to really work on my narrative regarding my health and wellness. Y'all have been on this journey with me and continue on it. And I just had to start telling myself, look, you are safe to work out, or just because you're in your 50s doesn't mean that you can't have a slimmer body and feel good and be super healthy. You can have a slimmer body, you can be healthy, you can feel good. And I just like I've had to use a lot of hypnosis. I've heard me talk about the Queen Mother Ernestine. And then recently I found someone who's more of my age, which Miss Ernestine, cool believe she was in her 50s when she started her journey and, becoming a bodybuilder, and at 80 something years old is wearing crop tops that I wouldn't even think about wearing, honey. All right. Got her little tights on. Miss Ernestine is fire. 80 something years old. I think she's about 87 or something like that. And then Melissa Neal is the newest one that I found. And she's 55 maybe, 55, 56. Be on there with, like, booty shorts on, honey, looking good, okay? Her little bra tops. And so now that I'm seeing that, it's like I'm creating a narrative, like, yeah, it's definitely possible, like, why would I ever think anything else? And so we gotta go out of our way to change the narrative of our story. We have to do different things, think different thoughts, because we're on that railroad. And the subconscious mind is like, we got a good thing going, girl. We got a good thing going. And you just have to shift it and it'll feel uncomfortable and you can't like be worried about that. It's just like, of course I'm gonna feel odd or different or nervous or scared because I'm doing something new. Like, of course, just like we talked about in the meditation this morning, to be human is to experience emotion. To be human is um, to be human is to experience emotion and to experience, all the full range. Who said we had to feel good all the time? We're not going to feel good all the time as humans because that's part of the human experience. Give thanks because you're alive when you're experiencing all of that. And it's just like part of the process. And when you get past it, it's like something else to think about is if you don't know anything different, then you don't even appreciate where you are. And if we always felt good, would we really feel good? No. If we only ever feel one way, then we can't really appreciate it. And so all the range of emotions and feelings, it helps to give a contrast. And so, do I like feeling bad? No, I have felt bad for like a week now. And I just had to go. That's why I did the meditation that I did. I just had to go into acceptance. Like, this is just not a time where I feel 100. And, I just got to be with it. I didn't feel well in my body. And I was like, okay, my body actually is probably letting me know, number one, baby, you in eclipse season. Quit playing. This eclipse is on my moon. Number two, I've been I got stressed out working on the dance thing with my nonprofit. Number three, um, my mother passed 25 years ago on May 9th. And I don't really think anything too much about it. I talk to my mom all the time. Y'all know. I'm like, y'all, I believe in the ancestors. And so, to see, I go talk to my mom. It's like I don't really feel disconnected from my mom. And every year is a little bit different. Most of the time, I don't care. Like Mother's Day comes and goes. But it was just like if Mother's Day had been on, it was May 8th that Mother's Day was on. If it was May 9th or May 10th, I bet you I would have felt differently. But because Mother's Day landed on the day that my mother died 25 years ago, I just been sad, And I was just like, I just accept it. Yeah, sometimes I'm going to feel sad. It's okay. And, I cried maybe a little bit and just allowed my body. It was like my body actually revisited that day where I was just replaying like what happened. I don't try to conjure these things up, right? But that's what my body did this year. And I was like, okay, I guess just this is what needs to happen. And, you know, and now I feel better because I checked my astrology and I knew I was going to be feeling better today. And I do. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let me see here. Where am I? Mhm. Yes, you've adopted a lot of narratives. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, really being mindful of the energy, Mercury retrograde, eclipses, full moon, Scorpio, eclipse. Yes, I'm trying not to get stuck in my head and say, okay, what is this showing me and release so I can ascend? Yeah, people who have a lot of air energy, they will default to being up here and it's torturous. I actually feel a little bit sorry for y'all because whenever I get that way, I got all this emotional stuff going on that could distract me. But when I'm really up here, I'm like, wow, that's hard. That's really hard. Oh, thank you. It's getting better. Okay. Good. Yes. Let that ankle heal up. And you know what, Mystic Storm? I know we still have to be sort of cautious, if that's how you see things right now with the pandemic. But you may want to try water aerobics. But if you do, put on shoes, put on water shoes, because that concrete can be so hard. But sometimes when I experience things like that with my joints, I work out in the water. Yay. Hi, Cora. Good morning. Good morning. The body keeps score. It really does. It really, really does. It really does. Thank you, Nexodus. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and get off, but let me just show y'all one more time that I would love for you all to join me in the new moon mini retreat for Gemini. And again, with this retreat, it is about resetting the energy. And I know that I do such a great job here on the home channel, but it's so much more when y'all come in with me. So much more work that we do, getting more intentional. Something I plan on doing with this one is doing a better job of, well, not doing a better job, talking a little bit less about the astrology because I know people have questions about the astrology. But what I want to do this time is to make sure we write out those intentions and get them put on your timeline so that we can get them in that timeline, get your subconscious mind wrapped around whatever your intentions are, and that's why I said supercharge. You want to supercharge your month in intentions. And so, yeah. And then, of course, you're going to get a hypnosis track because when I share hypnosis with you all, it helps to make things more easy. Like me and Ashley have been just having phenomenal results with the last abundance meditation. And I can add that in here. Actually, I probably will put that in this one also, but I'll put a second one in there for y'all. Um, like I said, I manifested some money just like I was like, where did this money come from? A check from the FT, what is it? Something like that. FC, the Federal Communications, something like that. Anywho, it was from some lawsuit or what do you call it? Class action lawsuit that I was in. I was like, "Whoa, this is amazing." I'll tell you how much it was. It was $933. Isn't that a cool number too? And this is also about us taking that time to, again, it's about moving more back to the ancient ways of being feminine beings. And so I just encourage you all, like, I'm going to show y'all some comments that I've gotten. And I know I've already shared this like the other day, but I'm going to share it again. Thank you, Tirra. Tonight was medicine. Thank you, sisters, for your presence. It's something about us doing this together. Even if you can't make it, get the replay. The replay is respectable, is what I always say. I watch the replay. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I watch replays of my stuff all the time. And I'm the teacher, I'm the guide. Thank you, ladies. I so needed this beautiful goddess community. Thank you so much for creating this space, Ia Omilade. So, do y'all like my little dragonflies? I love it when I create things like this because this is what I always like to create things that are like um, what the sign means. So it's Gemini, and at least here in the South, we start seeing the dragonflies and the lightning bugs. Y'all see the lightning bugs on here around Gemini season, and around that time. And Gemini is light energy, and it's fun, and it's this energy of like the dragonfly, and moving all around, and the lightning bugs. It's just so fun. So yeah, I hope that y'all will join me in that. Yes, $10 off until May 16th. I'll just put that. Yes. Yay, Mystic Storm is coming back. Mystic Storm Spirituality. I don't say her real name, but I'm like, yay, I got to meet her and I know her real name. And again, I just encourage you all to check out her channel. I love looking at her readings. And yeah, I love your style too, Mystic Storm. So like mystical, like mystic, magical and everything. So yeah, again, we are about collaboration over competition. And yeah. Oh, Cora. Okay, so yeah, sisters, thank y'all again so much for being here. I am um I don't know. It'll be weird how it come on for the next week just because I'll be caught up. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show y'all. And I don't really know where my son is right now. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know where all the pictures are of him, but this is his class when they first went to the Coast Guard Academy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Yes, this is going to be my son. I'm just like so excited. Let me see here. We do have brown people at the Coast Guard Academy. Very few, but they do exist. Let me see here. Because this is a military academy, we get to have people come and speak. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was a little bit concerned, like, who is the White House gonna come, or the US government gonna come to or send to speak at my son's graduation? And glory, hallelujah. I guess she is like one of the track stars. I'm just going on and on. Y'all can go on ahead and leave, but I'm a proud mama. These are from my son's class. I'm going to do my best to see. Can I find a picture of my son? Hold on one second, y'all. But we're going to have the Vice President, Kamala Harris, come and speak at my son's graduation. Glory, hallelujah. Oh, this is my friend's son, TJ, representing Georgia, baby. Yes. Like I said, this is just me being a proud mom. Y'all can go on ahead and check out whenever y'all want. Okay, so this was from Bill at Night when they found out where they were going. So yeah, they were excited about finding out where they were gonna be stationed. Look at them, they're so excited. I get so like emotional, and it's been so hard. when your child goes to a school like this. Wow. Well, it's a lot. Let me put it that way. Oh, this is one of my son's friends right here, Sarge. He's going to flight school. Let me see if I can find my gorgeous son. I probably won't. He's sort of like the one who avoids the camera. I can't stand him. This is another cadet that we know representing Georgia. He's not in my son's class, but yes. And Olivia Camuela, I think is how you say her name. You from the U.S., but her parents are Camuela. Sorry, Olivia. She is her parents are African, even though she's African American. Ah, look at her. Ain't she pretty? Thank y'all for letting me have this moment. Yeah, she was in charge too at some point, just like my son was. He's on here, I promise y'all, somewhere. But I don't know where. Like I said, he kind of escapes. But you can see it's it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And I'll be sure, this is from their class too. Because I see TJ. Look at them. When they first get there, they be putting them like really through the fire. Look at TJ. I showed y'all him earlier. He's a little baby on here. Oh my gosh. I know they featured Calfani at some point. Typically Calfani is all over here, but this second semester, I'm like, where is Calfani? But I just let him live his life. That's something else. Me as when we talked about shifting identities, moving from being a mom who has children at home to being one who TJ is all over here, honey. Wait a minute, where is this? I thought I saw Calfani. Lord, let me get rid of them. I know that is so petty. So this is my son. No, it's not. That's Jaden. So y'all, this is Jaden. Jaden and Calfani, like sometimes Jaden's mom will see Calfani and swear up and down to Jaden, that's you. And Jaden will be like, that is not me. And I just thought that was Calfani. That is not Calfani. That is Jaden. But I want to see if I can, anywho, I've had to learn how to not be so involved anymore. I have to back up from my kids and let them be free. If I wasn't looking for a picture of Calfani, I promise y'all I would find like 20,000 pictures of Calfani. Oh. Anyway, maybe one day I'll get a picture and post it. Y'all have seen them, but yeah. Anywho, look at that. Yes, I remember when Calfani was on the ship and he was at the top and I was like, get down from there. He's like, Mom, this is my job. Yes. So y'all get to just see a little bit of taste of what it's like if you go through a military academy. Yeah. Some of them will become pilots. If y'all ever have a child who wants to go to a military academy, let a sister know. There's a Black officer. Look, we be looking for it. Let me see what y'all saying. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all sitting here watching all of this. You making me want to homeschool my kids. Let me tell you something. I would never trade that journey for anything. It was not the easiest, but I'll have to tell y'all, once my younger son lets me start sharing his art, I'll have to do that because my younger son is an artist. Thank you, Mystic Storm. I appreciate you. Oh, I love this, y'all. Since y'all still here, come on, let's do this. So they honored this man. I feel horrible that I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. Oh no, he was like one of the first Black people to graduate, I think, from the academy is who he is. Because I think Black men couldn't go to the academy until maybe 60 something. And women weren't in there until, is it the 80s? Yeah. So I do love that, they are honoring African Americans, people of color, women who, have been the trailblazers. He is in charge of the commandant of cadets, Captain Ray. He's single, ladies. I'm like, can I hook Captain Ray up with somebody? I don't even know him, but I'm like, why is this black man single like this? So y'all will kind of get to see what Calfani would be doing. This is the guy, Admiral Schultz. He's over the academy. You see, they were doing a little bumping last year because of COVID. But this is what I'm going to. Oh my God. This is amazing, y'all. I'm so excited. This is what I'll be at next year. And so my sister-in-law graduated from, so President Biden spoke last year. And so we're having a Vice President Kamala Harris this year. And so when they get their diplomas, when they're on stage, it could be somebody from their family who is giving them the diploma. And so this is somebody who's special to this guy. Might be his dad or something. I don't know. But it's going to be my sister-in-law. She graduated from West Point. And so she is the one who's going to give my son his, let me see, am I going the right way? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's going to be helicopters and airplanes. It's my turn to go. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's going to be so exciting, y'all. It's going to be so, so exciting. But yeah, I would not trade homeschooling for the world. Would not trade it for anything. And I'll show y'all one other thing too. Jenna. USCGA Insta. Yeah. If you ever decide to homeschool your kids, let a sister know. I even created a curriculum for parents, not a curriculum, but a course that would help you to know how to homeschool your kids in the way that's best for you and your children. So Genesis is this Genesis or USC? Oh, I was about to say, this does not look like Genesis. This is for the Coast Guard. Sometimes you'll see Calfani on here on their Instagram. But let me look up Genesis. USC Genesis. And the reason I'm going for Genesis is because it is the group that's for the African American students. And I love this so much. I don't know about her, but she's going to be one of the top cadets for the academy next year. Super exciting. So yeah, they must be showing the ones who are in leadership. Oh my gosh, they have their swords. So when they get their swords, that means that they are seniors now. Before they have the guns. When they're marching, they have the guns. But once they become seniors, they get their swords. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting to see this. But I just love this young lady because, there's Calfani right there. And that's his special lady. And yeah, Wilson. Now there's Jaden, Calfani's twin. Oh, I missed this picture. They had their first send-off dinner. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, isn't my son handsome? Oh my gosh, he's just so handsome. Oh my gosh, I love his special lady. She is from Rwanda, so the United States Coast Guard Academy will bring in people from other countries, bring in young people from other countries to go through the Coast Guard Academy, and then they go back home once they're done. She is from Rwanda. Isn't that exciting to see her? Oh, look at them. Okay, I'm not on my game. Okay, he's hilarious. My son is in charge of the powerlifting group, and he's one of the powerlifters. Wow, they are very, let's just say, well put together. She's in Calfani's class also. Serenity. Yes, these are all cadets of, this is representing programming that they do Let me see if I can find. There's one picture I want to show y'all of Calfani. I'm pretty sure he's on here. Ah, there he is. There he is. Thank you, Latasha. Please cry with me, please. Thank you, Monica. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Monica, go back to the beginning for the replay. It is so, so good. Look at that. He says, as we near the end of Black History Month, Genesis would like to highlight Black leaders within the CGA Corps of Cadets. Today, we highlight First Class Calfani Hargrove, who served as the Fall Regimental Chief of Staff. So he was number 3 in the lineup. And he wrote, the focus of my command philosophy is equipping the team that I am on with the means to solve problems rather than giving a solution. I do not know all or even most of the answers. Because of that, I believe that collaboration of the team members' individual decision-making processes will almost always lead to a better outcome than if the decision was made by only one person. This is always my goal as a leader. For me, being an example to others is showing that it doesn't matter if others have low expectations or say something is hard. When I first became a cadet, everyone told me that it was unreasonable to expect to get good grades. Sure enough, for about the first half of my first semester, I did poorly because that is what I was told was normal. However, about halfway through, I realized that I was letting other people set my limits, and after that, I started to do much better. Reminding others not to let others set their limits is how I hope to be an example and inspire others. Keep up the great work. Cal is what they call him, and keep making Genesis proud. Yay! I'm so proud. Oh my gosh. And then my second son is thank you. Yes. We always compete, me and my husband. He finally admitted the other day he could kind of see how Calfani looks like me, because people always say he looks like my husband and my younger son looks like me. But my younger son goes to Austin P. My younger son goes to Austin P. He just finished up his first year. All right, I see you. And so look at that. They partying. Yes. Coming together. He works at the African American Cultural Center. So I don't know if you'll see him on here, but yeah, he's the artist. He's the family artist. And he said one day I can show his art. But this is where he works on campus. This is his home on campus. He works at the Windeck. I was hoping to see if I could just get a glimpse. But yeah, my kids, they know how to avoid the camera. Oh, this goes way back. They got Kobe on here. God rest his soul. Goddess rest his soul and his daughter's soul. So thank y'all for indulging me. I appreciate you all so much. This has been fun. And I will tell you what, I will take pictures and make sure I post them either on Instagram. And as a matter of fact, if you haven't started following me on Instagram, I'm on Instagram. I am on Instagram. Goddess B as in boy, M as in Mary, S as in Sam. Goddess, body, mind, spirit, goddess. Come on, goddesses. Join a sister over here. Even though I spend most of my time over here on YouTube. But I do put some things there. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all don't see it. Boom. There we go. Goddess BMS. On Insta. But yeah, most of the stuff I post here, I'll put it on my tab, my community tab. But there's some things that I can't post too easily, or sometimes I do go live, like right here. I don't remember what I was talking about, but sometimes I go live on Instagram, and it's not all the time easily translatable to being over here. So thank y'all so much. I got to meet with my little homeschool lady. I have been helping my friend with homeschooling her daughter. So I'm going to go on ahead and meet with her and get the day going and Yes, let's see. Is there anything else I want to tell y'all? I think that's it. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of the day. Just remember, y'all, self-compassion. Put your hands over your heart. Rub yourself. Tell yourself it's okay. You're doing your best, girl. You got this. Mwah. All right. Y'all take care. Peace and love.